pretty much following on from the first half. Straight passes, poor handling, but last few minutes yet again inept refereeing. Again Huddersfield go over the line and looked all over to be held up clear as day, but somehow Saints hater Childs gives a try. How on earth did he get that one?
Well, there you go. And St. David says, sigh. More errors than Theresa May. Last week, Lomax was a great addition to the attack. This week, it was give it to Johnny and hope he can do something. One run away from home tells you all you need to know about the core of the team. Sigh.
By the way, the last try, the Lee Gaskell try, was given because it was a try because the ball touched the grass in the in-goal area. So James Child gave it. I actually think it was a difficult job for him and his in-goal judge to have seen the try from the replays I've seen, because the camera angle is obviously the other side to where their normal positioning would be. But the ball is down. I did send a screenshot to Wigan, to Saints Wigan banter, the Saints fan, but I didn't get a reply.
Well, no, because what you've done there, Mark, is proving wrong. But
the other stuff that is said kind of follows the stray passes and the poor handling, because it seems like it was errors. Holbrook said it was their errors, weren't it, that cost them the game. Huddersfield were possibly there for the taking, with Jake Mamo going off in the first half and then Cruz Leeming going off in the second half on the hour mark, probably just after he'd returned to the field, I would guess. Yeah. Because Adam O'Brien...
Good to see Adam O'Brien getting a bit more playing time though and getting a try.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this is the thing, Huddersfield always have that lead and that edge, and no matter whether Saints scored for a few decent tries, the Percival try was a nice try. He's a very good player, isn't he, Mark Percival? The Luke Thompson try was well worked. He charged him, marauded over from metres out, from a distance out, but that early start off the back of Saints giving them good field position with errors was key for Huddersfield, and then they just ticked over and maintained that lead, probably with just enough guidance from the halfbacks, I would suggest, from the match reports I've read and the highlights I've seen.
Yeah, that looks the case. Well, just good, always good. It looks like they're very pleased with the way that the Ridgard-Brough partnership is starting to click.
Yeah, and in this game where you've lost the spark that you've been getting out of the back, it's good that they could just slide Gaskell over from centre. Yeah. Probably did they have Mellor on the bench, so put him into the centre where he's played most of the season anyway. Yeah. There's not too much disruption, but Mamo's been so good for them. Yeah. But Gaskell scored the winning try, joining the play from fullback, so it all worked out okay for Huddersfield in the end.
Saying a lot of Bradford players' names here, aren't we? That's the thing. Not that I don't like, but some good players. Sam Rapira got a bit of trouble with the knee, didn't he? He's up for a disciplinary.
Is he? Mark.
As is actually Stefan Ratchford for his trip as well.
Well, yeah, it's bullshit that he wasn't Sidman, isn't it? Yeah. Honestly, it's one of the most baffling decisions of the season. Did anything come with Mark Percival's high shot that took Cruz Leeming out of the game with a suspected broken jaw?
I'm trying to remember who the other one was that was up for disciplinary. I'm not sure if that was Percival or not.
Right. We can find out.
I saw three names. I can recall two of them. And someone got a bit of a ticking off. So I'm not entirely sure. But no, losing out on Jake Mamo, particularly based on the last three games that he played for them, could end up being a real loss. I've not seen how long he's going to be out for, but with Rankin coming in, if he's out for a period of time, you would hope that he basically is not a ready-made replacement in terms of like for like, but he can slot in and do a job at full-back.
Hull winger Nick Rawsforn joins Lee. More news.
Oh, there you go.
Disciplinary, 3 players charged. Matty Ashurst.
All right.
Grade A, dangerous contact. Sam Rapira, grade B, raising the knee, and Steph Ratchford, grade B, tripping, and Sam Powell got a caution for stands on opponent.
Alright, who did he stand on? Do you even recall that?
It doesn't state it in the thing, so I'd have to wait till tomorrow when there's a bit more of a write-up to see on the website.
Huddersfield climbing the table though.
Yeah, and
quietly going about things.
1 month loan deal for Rawsforn. And and this one was a different kind of win to the wins they've had the last few weeks, where they've blown teams away with like a lot of points.
Grindy, wasn't it?
They were against a tougher opponent, but an opponent who left the door open for them, and they stepped through that door to win the game, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. But then looking at the Saints lineup, you would say that's, touching first choice.
Well, Barber will be in soon enough, won't he? If they win their appeal of the NRL imposed ban as well, it'll be in even sooner. Stats wise, Thomas, Saints won the metre battle with just 36 more in total, but at 0.9 metres per carry better average gain. They also had 1.5% better team tackle success. However, losing the error count 11-4 and the penalty count 5-2 meant this one went against Saints in the end. 5 breaks each, but the Giants made more of their chances with 4-3 in tries.
There you go. So individually, who stood out for us?
Sam Rapira, try assist, 133 metres, and Sebastian Ikehefo, 7 tackle busts, 122 metres, so big front row performances there. Jerry McGilvery, 157, Aaron Murphy, 106, and Ryan Hinchcliffe with 41 tackles, so working hard from the base of the scrum there.
There you go. And for St Helens, anyone stand out?
Yeah, well, Luke Thompson came off the bench for a storming 1 try, 42 tackles, 15 of which were marker tackles, 120 metres. Tommy Makinson, 5 tackle busts, 190 metres. Johnny Lomax with a try assist, 157 metres, and Regan Grace, 144 metres. Alex Walmsley, 148. So plenty of big performers, but those errors and penalty, those errors in particular, cost them.
There you go. Into the Championship then, it was round 18, of Championship regular season play. Toulouse were defeated at home 16 points to 36 by the London Broncos.
Yeah, and Paul Campbell said, great result by London. If there was a marker to be put down, London did it. Super League clubs should be concerned as no playoff games will be easy.
There you go. Batley Bulldogs were 70 points to 12 winners over the Sheffield Eagles. Hull KR were 64 points to 11 winners over Dewsbury. Yeah, did you see that Paul Sykes drop goal after about, 5 minutes, was it?
They were already 6-0 behind, weren't they?
Why has he got the drop goal? Do you think he just fucked his kick up at the end of a set and it's gone over?
Well, no, because it has to...
Well, yeah.
It has to bounce, doesn't it?
Of course it does. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm entirely bamboozled by it, but someone put it up on Twitter. I was like, that's got to be a joke. But no, he went for the early drop goal, didn't he, Paul?
It was...
Paul Sykes.
It was when it was 6-0. So obviously they just wanted to get off the zero.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, there you go. Maybe he's just doing it for comedy value.
Yeah.
We figured they were going to get a humping.
They thought, they're not going to talk about us on the Super League pod unless I do this.
Let's just have a laugh. There you go. Paul Sykes gets himself talked about on the Super League pod. It was Oldham 12, Halifax 30. Rochdale were 28-14 winners over my Bradford Bulls.
Yeah, RAB podcast said, I paid for my dad to get into the game as a Father's Day gift. The beer was warm and Bradford bottled it again against another part-time team. I also managed to miss the train home. Happy Father's Day. If the Bulls were a family pet, we'd have been put to sleep by now. 0 points and the Championship moving further and further away.
Yeah, there you go. So what does that do to the standings, Mark?
Nothing. There's no change in the league standings.
Nothing.
But Featherstone could overtake Toulouse into third if they win their game in hand on Wednesday night against the Swinton Lions.
I suspect they will. League 1 round 11, Barrow were 28 points to 4 winners over the North Wales Crusaders. It was Dewsbury B 20, Gloucestershire All Golds 32.
Yeah, Al Witt said the scoreline doesn't really paint a true picture. All Golds dodged the bullet with this one. With a much improved second half, Hemel deserved their half-time lead and it looked bleak. Making the most to capitalise on the Hemel errors brought the All Golds back into the game, and a sin bin for the Stags with 10 minutes to go helped the All Golds to get a victory with 2 late tries. Come on, you All Golds.
And Lee Randall
said, a game we definitely used a get out of jail card on. A scrappy performance from the All Golds in which the scoreline didn't reflect the game at all. Credit to Hemel, who I thought played really well today. Their first win isn't that far away. Need to improve on today's performance if we're going to beat Oxford. Come on, you All Golds.
There you go. And I think we probably have my favourite bit of feedback from the entire year coming up. Oxford were defeated 52 points to 0 at home by Newcastle, Mark.
Tim G Radio got in touch to say, that was a bit shit. Bloody hot, warm shit.
There you go. Sums it all up, really, doesn't it? Keith Elsewhere.
If we put swear words in the episode title, that would be the episode title.
Bloody warm hot shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I've only tentatively written down one as Fun in the Sun to start with, so if that makes the grade, I would have absolutely no issue at all with calling it bloody warm hot shit, to be honest with you. In fact, I'm going to jot it down now. And let's see, Tim. if after we finish recording the conversation goes my way or it goes Mark's way, because you'll already know what the episode title was. Okay, Keithley Cougars 45, London Scholars 26 up at Cougarland. South Wales Scorpions got a narrow victory over Coventry, 24 points to 22. York City Knights defeated 16 points to 18 by Whitehaven, and Workington were beaten 12 points to 58 by the Toronto Wolfpack.
Yeah, it looks like the game of the week we picked was a close fought affair between York and Whitehaven. Toronto, probably, I saw the first half, or half of the first half, and it was done. So Ram really was annoying me, so I turned it off.
Was he really celebrating?
But typical, it's what we've come to expect. Workington were not that terrible, but Toronto are just going to score too many points for most of the teams they play against. South Wales, first win of the season, well done to them.
Congratulations to the Scorpions. Iron Man.
Yeah, and the only one significant change in the table was the All Golds going into 10th, so they're now top of the Southern side. Well done, come on you All Golds. Hemel are also now alone, though, as the only winless side at the bottom.
There you go. So round 15 of the NRL, truncated set of fixtures with Origin in the offing, saw the Rabbitohs defeat the Titans 36 points to 20.
George and Tom Burgess both played. Aston Greenwood for the Titans, but George and Tom came close to scoring in early doors, but were ineffective, so much so that when they went off, the game really turned. The Rabbitohs took over, and they didn't really get much minutes in the back end of the game as a result.
Oh, God. Doesn't bode well for when we're having them picked by Wayne Bennett in the World Cup, then.
No.
Okay.
No.
Close run thing down at Amy Park, though. Melbourne Storm 23, North Queensland Cowboys 22. My Sharkies got another close victory, 24 points to 22 over the West Tigers.
Yeah, late win that one. The Tigers were the better team for 60 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And final game in the NRL this weekend saw the Paramount Ariels beating the St George Illawarra Dragons 24 points to 10.
Yeah, Gareth Widdop played for the Dragons, but I mean, it's probably it's the worst I've seen him play this year. I've not watched all the Dragons games. I find them quite dull to watch, but he wasn't very effective in this game at all, and the Eels took full advantage of every bounce of the ball that went their way, but they just looked far more quicker and more determined. Widdop didn't have his day.
Okay, well, that is the world of Rugby League well and truly covered. Let's take a look into the future now as we bring you our predictions for round 19 of Super League. So, round 19 of Super League, not long now before the big split for the eights, and action gets underway on Thursday night at 8 o'clock on Sky Television as Widnes Vikings take on the Leigh Centurions. Both sides have had a week off to rest and recuperate, so you should see some patched up players getting back out on the field for either team. I fancy Widnes, Mark. I'm going to put my neck on the line a little bit. Battle of the basement at the moment for these two sides, but I think home field advantage and the desire to get off the bottom might be enough to see Widnes home in this one. What do you reckon?
What score are you going?
20 points to 16.
I'm going 26-16 in favour of the Vikings.
So you feel the same?
The same as you, but I think maybe they'll score a try that stretches the lead out towards the end there. I mean, Leigh will maybe be high off that win against Wigan, but they've all been on holiday.
Yeah. So
have they been focusing really on Super League survival?
Possibly.
When, they've won the cup final and won the prize. Whereas Widnes, I think, might bring it down to their level. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that Widnes have been around this Super League block a little bit longer.
Grind it out. Yeah, I think so too. Friday night then, 4 games in fact on Friday night. First of which sees Huddersfield taking on Wigan Warriors. Now I know you guys have got some players back. I know you're starting to look like your injury crisis is worn off, and it would be nice to not hear you using that as an excuse week on week. Look at me winking, don't get upset. But I like how Huddersfield are going about doing things, and then they just sort of quietly come into the fore a little bit. So if Jake Memo's not seriously injured and is in the team, then I think they'll definitely win. And if he's not, then Ryan King comes in as a more than able deputy, or maybe they put Gaskell in at full back, I don't know. But I just have a sniff that Huddersfield's pack are going to get the better of yours, and and lay a platform for Brough and Rudyard's individual kicking games to lead Huddersfield home. What do you reckon?
What score?
26. So I keep forgetting the scores.